on Facebook now. All right. Am I good? 321 me again. 321 me again. We live on Facebook. We're live. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to prove to you that trading is actually easy in this environment. I know that might sound a little bit facetious, but allow me a few minutes just to prove it to you, and then let me know if you agree. I'm going to talk to you about my phone call with a guru today, an email from a member from a guru's room today, and what you need to do to fix yourself in this very choppy market environment. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. I have so many great things to talk to you about today. I'm actually going to show you how the strategy works in real time, how you can follow it, how you can catch it, and why we've gotten so many emails. I mean, I literally have to delete all your emails as who are like, thank you for the great job today, because I really don't have a response other than pass the good word around. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make money in the market. I'm going to share with you a phone call that I had with a particular guru, and I'm going to share with you an email that I got from another room in another service who actually follows so-called guru. But before I show you all this amazing stuff, first, you must agree by watching this video that you hold me, Mark Melnick, and T3 Live harmless, not liable for anything that might be shown here, said on this video. Any information whatsoever on this video, you must hold us unliable for everything. If you do not agree to that, kindly exit this video immediately. Well, thank you so much. So first I'm going to show you how the strategy panned out today. If you watched our previous video earlier this week, I think it was yesterday, we showed you very simple way of a methodology. It's called Know Your Limits. You basically, step one, you choose an earnings name with a gap up or gap down. You look for two green 5-minute bars in a row. If the stock gapped up, you look for two red 5-minute bars in the row if the stock gapped down. After that happens, if the stock pulls up, let's say the stock gaps up on two green 5-minute bars, you buy it the first time it hits the 8 EMA on the 5-minute, and you buy it the first time it hits the 21 EMA on the 5-minute. That is it. Sounds too simple. It sounds too simple to be true. But what if you applied that to every single name that reported? So what I did was I took some of the sexier names that reported today from Target, Kohl's, Weibo, GNC, Sienna, Cena, Double Y. Those were actually the largest market cap companies that reported, by the way. And they're the most known names. And I just use these as a simple example. And I just want to show you how it works. So here's a 5-minute chart of everything. And I'm just going to, step one, you're just looking for earnings names with gap up or gap down. And then you're just, step two, looking for two green 5-minute bars in a row if you gapped up, two red 5-minute bars in a row if you gapped down. I want to show you how many people hit 100% today. And I'm going to prove to you how easy it is following a strategy in which I shared with the internet and the world. And then we're going to show you how I came up with the strategy and why it's important in this environment. But first, let me just show you how it worked. So we're going to start off with Target here on the 5-minute. Here's a red 5-minute bar. Already, stock is no go. Target is done. Next, we go to Kohl's. We go to Kohl's right here, and you could see on Kohl's, all right, two green 5-minute bars. You didn't even hit the exponential 8 or 21. You actually just missed it here by a nickel. The low of this bar is 67.15, and that yellow exponential 8 is 67.10. So Kohl's is a candidate to buy on the 8 and 21. Next was C-Trip. C-Trip started out with a 5. This is a 5-minute chart. It gapped up. So you need two green bars. The first 5-minute bar is red. Ignore it. Done. You don't need to trade it today. And I'm not cherry picking. I'm just going through all of them, right? Now, double Y was an interesting one because double Y actually would have worked off the 8. But the problem was on double Y, you actually opened up 13 cents lower. You opened up at 71.91 and you closed at 72.04. So it gapped down, believe it or not, shot up through with 2 green bars, ignoring the strategy. And even though you see it working on the exponential, oh, you could have bought it there. No, you couldn't have. You stay away. It didn't befit the methodology. Whether it worked or failed there in the exponential 8, you stay away. You follow the methodology. If it gaps up, 2 green bars. This one actually gapped down 13 cents on double Y. You ignore it. Next was Huya, and I'm just going down the list. Huya, Huya. Um, you could see right here, this is where the stock opened today. It opened up at 25.50. It closed at 24.56. You put in red bars here, ignore. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, oh, look, if you just bought it at the bottom there through the 8 and 21 like you're showing, you would have just sat there and made money all day potentially. But again, you're also going to miss out on losing trades. It's nice to look at something when it works. The methodology is spelled out precisely for a reason. You have to ignore this because you didn't put in those 2 green bars. Moving on along is WIBO, WB. This one gapped down. And again, my bars are judged on color, open versus closed. You see you put in a green bar here. You ignore it. It gapped down. You needed 2 red bars on the 5 minute in a row. The first one is green. That's it. Done. Moving on along, you had Sienna, which gapped up beautifully. Look at this one. Red bar. First bar, 5 minute bar is red. You needed it to be green. You need the first two to be green. If the first one's red, they both can't be green, right? That's it. Sienna's done. And here's a scenario where buying at the 8 and 21 would have failed miserably. See? So you're also avoiding the bad stuff. It's not about missing the good. And I know, oh, I got to catch everything. No, you don't. You could just chill out. You miss the bad as well by following this strategy. See? That's Sienna, so that's not a candidate. You have GNC right here, America's favorite laboratory-created vitamins. Really effective at destroying your liver. I mean, keeping you healthy. Anyway, looking at GNC, GNC reported, and they gapped down, but the first 5 minute bar was green. What does that mean? You ignore it. That's it. You step back. GNC is a pass. And the 9th one on our list was Cena Corporation. And this one gapped down on earnings, and you put in a 5 minute green bar. So, out of all the names, the only one that actually followed this methodology was Kohl's. Do you guys see that? So, when I'm going through here and I'm doing all of this, do you guys get that? So, I only choose Kohl's. That's it. And I could look ahead of time. I see the 5. I'll know by 9:40, 100% which names I can and cannot trade. Okay, so the exponential 8 I have on my chart is yellow, and the exponential 21 is blue. So let's take a look at Kohl's here on the 5 minute, and we'll show you how it worked. So you put in 2 green 5 minute bars. How many of you probably wanted to jump in right here? Oh, I'm going to miss out, right? No, you just chill. You take it easy. Stock's going to come to you. 2 green bars, you wait. Misses it right here, hits 69.56. The exponential 8 here is 69.55. Bang, you break through it right here. Remember, we're buying it not at. We're buying it when it breaks through. Why? Because the damn strategy says so. Spelled out. No tricks, no strings. You break through, you buy, and you try to get filled on a limit order on the bid. Period. See that? Now Kohl's hits this exponential 8, flushes through to 69.44, goes another 12 cents lower before rallying over $2. Well over, around $2.50. Would you want to be the person buying Kohl's right here? Do you want to be at the bottom end of this green bar? Do you want to be buying Kohl's right here? You're damn right you do. And I'm not saying you caught 2.5. Please don't misconstrue my words. I'm not saying you caught $2.50. I don't care if you caught 40 cents, 30 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, a dollar, 75 cents, 90 cents. You're all different. You're all going to catch something else. And what I'm telling you, on a $2.50 move, that's okay. And I know what a lot of people are you thinking right now, because you've been told by Wall Street, you got to catch these big moves and you have to have these huge winners. I'm going to prove to you after I show you this why that's also a load of crap. Winning trades in a choppy environment is about building psychological fortitude. If you're not building your psychological fortitude, you're probably suffering from psychological toxicity and you're constantly doing trades in which you know that you shouldn't be in. Let me ask you a question. How many of you were in a trade today? Today, you were in a trade today, and all of a sudden, while you're in the trade, you're like, I shouldn't be doing this or I shouldn't be in this trade. You're telling yourself that mentally while you're in the trade. How many people did that today? Just be honest. Just say it's me. Just say it's me. You, I respect that, Gary. You, Ravi, twice. You, Alex, last week, too much. You. You know, when's the last time I did that? Oh my God, I can't remember. And I probably did it, I don't know, thousands of times in my life. This prevents you from saying that ever. How valuable is that? Is that worth missing 10 winners and 10 losers to just say that you had two winners? What would you rather have? Would you rather have, 10 winners and 10 losers, or would you rather have two winners? Okay, back to the chart. So I said you could buy on the exponential 8 for the first time and the 21 on the first time. I should probably say and or because you could choose either. So I'll just change that to and or the 21 the first time it breaks. So the 21's my blue line. In English, when this blue line breaks through, again, I use the verbiage breaks through, not tests, breaks through, you can buy it. Okay. All right. All right. You hit it right here. You broke through right here at 70, hit 70.96. You got as low against you. This trade went against you 13 cents from the low of this candle. I don't know where you're entering. Maybe you entered here in the 80s. I have no idea. I'm just giving you a vague description of how far it went down since it broke. It went a full 13 cents against you, only to rally all the way up to 71.54. It rallied 71 cents. 71 cents in calls is a 1% move. A 1% move after coming in after 1 o'clock, starting at 12:55 and going past 1 o'clock in an environment like this, that's huge. So you know how many emails I got today with people who just literally followed this strategy, did nothing else? The problem is you're probably loaded with too many strategies. You're probably loaded with too many strategies. I'm going to share with you an email, and then I'm going to share with you a phone call I had from a Wall Street guru. I'm going to share that with you. I'm not name dropping. Melnick doesn't kiss and tell. But here's an email that came in a few hours ago today. I screenshotted it it came in at 3:11 p.m. I'm hiding the trader's name, and I just want to talk to you about this Gmail that I got today because I think it's very important that you guys become, and I can't stand the word, but I'm going to use the word woke. And every time I say that word, I laugh because it's the most hilarious word I've ever used. But to add a little humor into it, that's what it is. Hello, just wanted you to know, Mark, that I enjoy listening to your running commentaries in the evening. I experiment with trading. He puts in the room that he's trading in, and I would confirm what you have said about trading crap stocks and scalping them for pennies. The win rate in there is probably no better than 2 out of 10. Yikes. That's called the psychological toxic bonanza. Blank, he's talking about the person, is a nice fella, but I have no idea how he gets such great entries and exits in this stuff. That's because he's not telling you all his entries and exits, especially since nearly all entries short slip low. That's because he's doing thousands of trades in which you're unaware of, and he has such a good, commission structure that he gets away with it and doesn't get beaten up as 99% of traders would. Okay, just because I want to answer your questions, I don't like to sugarcoat. You could sugarcoat a turd, and it's a turd. It's not a piece of candy. Okay, especially since nearly all entries short slip low and you start in due to the uptick roll at an immediate loss. Right, because some traders have access to short stocks and bypass the uptick rule, And what they could do is they could short the stock on a downtick. And then they announce it to the room, and then they announce it probably late to the room, and then all of a sudden a bunch of traders are waiting for the stock to go up a penny or more before they actually get filled short. And that is exactly what's happening to you, sir. If one is trying to trade 2,000 shares is very psychologically stressful. Yes, you are suffering immense psychological toxicity, and I promise you that is much more harmful than any money that you will ever lose in the market. I only trade testing the method with small numbers of shares. The trades are mostly scalps long and short on the extremes with hopefully very tight stops. But if one is not willing to leverage large trades, it is simply not possible to make any money. Right. That's why I constantly say when we can make money on Apple, on Facebook, on Netflix, on Amazon, on Kohl's, on earnings days, you have an infinite ceiling. Thank you for pointing it out. That is exactly why I do what I do. It's all hard money in there, IMO. I wanted to say all this because I very much appreciated your commentaries on psychological toxicity in trading. There is just no relief from it in a room like that, regardless of the leader's P&L and how studious and thorough he is, his scans and his ability to read the level 2. And to be clear, he is a nice fellow, and I think he is well-intentioned. I can guarantee you he is a nice fellow who is well-intentioned. There is nobody out there who wants you to lose money ever. No guru wants their room to lose money. They just don't really know how to help you. So what happens is reading the level 2 for this individual, what he likes to see is I can just give you the answer. If he's trading a sub $20 name that's gapped down 10% or more, for example, on any given day, you're going to see the offer line up with a bunch of offers, and you're going to see a bid just paralyzed there, waiting to get knocked down. And you see what this guru can do is this guru can short. So let's say there's a bunch of offers at $10.01 and there's a bid stuck there at 10. You put in a short order, you're waiting for the stock to have a 10.01 bid or higher at that point, or tick up before you could go short, hence why you're down money right away. But that guru can actually short it at 10 bucks. And the guru has such a phenomenal commission structure that when the stock goes from 10 to 999, 998, 997, the guru can literally add liquidity, put in a bid at 997, get filled, do it with a quick 15,000 shares with an ultra tight stop. And you might say, making 3, 4, 5 cents, let's say even, like on like 15,000, that's 750 bucks. Add in the fact that the guru's commission rate and the fact that that guru is adding liquidity on one side of their trade, and they'll probably get paid around 800 bucks for that $750 trade. And that's what they do. And then what they'll come to you is when they do well, they'll come to you and they'll boast for you and they'll show you a number. They'll talk about how great they are, but I guarantee you there is not one trader in that entire room who is able to duplicate those types of results. That's why when I do well and I show a good P&L, you know how many traders, you know how many hundreds of traders in the room are like, yeah, that was me too. And they watch the video and like, yeah, that's me too. But people like you're sitting there perplexed. You're like, how does one pump and dump effectively? And take me for a ride with them. And that is unfortunately what's happening to you. And I hate to be the voice of reason. And I hate to say that this stuff still happens on Wall Street. And I hate to even say even more that this stuff gets promoted on Wall Street. But at the end of the day, a business is a business, and unfortunately, you just got taken for a little bit of a ride there, and I do apologize for that. Now, I'm gonna share with you a guru that I had a conversation with today, and the guru was suffering. The guru was down low five figures recently. In the past week, the guru is down over $25,000. And the guru was talking to me, asking me what to do, literally. And every time I see my phone ring and I get a call from a guru, it's always a negative call, always asking, not negative in terms of, I feel bad about it, but negative in terms of the guru is suffering and they need my help. That's what it is. It's like, they have like Caesar, the dog whisperer. I'm like Melnick, the guru whisperer. And I know as soon as that phone rings, I look at the phone and I'm like, sweetheart, I have to take care of this. And I walk away from my wife and I answer the phone. And I was talking to a guru. I'm not going to say the guru's name. Known guru. Most people would know who he is. And tell me he's having a hard time. And I'm actually going to tell him the same thing that that I'm going to tell you. I told him the same thing that I'm about to tell you. is when I was on the phone, I was like, look, you have to start doing new strategies when the market changes. You want to know why I didn't release my third book? I have just under 1,000 pages written, and I will never release it for as long as I live. Why? It will sell. I'm not delusional. I know people will buy it. Why wouldn't I do it? Because the market keeps changing, and the strategies that I talk about there keep changing with the market. So it can never catch up. That's why most trading books are bullshit. That's why they are ineffective. Because when the market changes like this, it doesn't matter what methodology you use. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's useless. What do you like? Training courses need to be updated. The first question that any of you guys should ask for a training course is, when was this training course first created? How many years were you doing it for? How many years was whatever? And if you hear like a number of like 4 or 5 years or more, just run away because, it's useless. It is absolutely useless. And I was telling this guru, stop being, and I'm very hard with him. I'm very harsh with him. They want me to tell it how it is, and that's why they call me. And they know I'm not mean about it. I'm not rubbing salt in the wound. And at the same time, I'm not saying, oh, you're going to be okay. I tell them the same thing. I'm like, figure out something new. I'm like, how many hours did you spend looking at charts, looking at the crap garbage you called out, and what are you going to do to fix it? I told them, losing money is okay. It's okay to lose money. What did you do as a result to fix it? Are you trying to figure out something new that's working in the current environment? You know how many hours? I spent a solid 25 hours after last Friday to come up with this strategy right here. You know what I do about it? I hide in a corner and use it myself. No, I do a video to the public and I share it with everybody. And I share it with everybody. That's what I do. I share it with you guys. And then I take a random day like today and show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. In this case, it was only good, good, and beautiful. And you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? Hint, I'm going to take this same stupid chart. It's actually pretty sexy, I must admit. And I'm going to apply it to every trading earnings name tomorrow. Look, I'll even show you the earnings name. Not only that, I tell you where you could find these earnings names. Okay. All right, so let's see what reported after hours today. I'm going to move my face only a mother could love here. Urban, Raw Stores, Neo, Amba, Ambarella, which is, moves, Sale. And tomorrow morning, what's going to report before the market open is Dollar Tree, Bosun, Abercrombie and Fitch, Thor, Jill, Costco competitor, BJ's Whole Club. I'm going to look at all these names, and you know what strategy I'm going to do to make money on them? Ha ha! Right here. Why is it so complex? You are making trading difficult. Now, I'm a broadcaster. I don't have the luxury of tagging out to, you know, having somebody else just fill my spot who probably has a negative P&L their entire lives. I don't have that luxury and I don't want that luxury. You want to know what you want to know what my help does? My help is coming from real traders who are posting the ideas, tweeting it out on Twitter, trying to help you catch tops and bottoms in real time. That's the help I get. Lucky is me, sad as them. I am blessed to have that help. But I will tell you in this environment, you have to put in the hours to figure it out. You know what? It's okay if the market is hard right now. Guess what? I just made it easy. I just made it easy. So I dare you. This is my challenge to you. You want to change your trading? You're sick and tired of churning. You're sick and tired of being in trades where you're like, oh God, I shouldn't be in here. And you're sick and tired of that feeling. I want to give you a 2-week challenge. The 2-week challenge is you take only earnings names, you ignore every other trades, but you just follow this one slide. That is it. There are really 3 steps. The fourth step is sort of tongue in cheek. It's like, oh, take your profits. Like that's difficult. Everybody has an easy time taking profits. Taking losses now, that's another interesting question. Go light. Go light to start. People don't realize that, you know, Oh, my $100,000 account's at $20,000 now, and what do I do? How heavy should I go? And people think like that, but in actuality, they don't understand. Even if you just took 5 option contracts or 200 shares, and you made a few $100 today or a couple $100 on the simple calls idea, and you didn't need to make thousands, but guess what? As the trader in the email said here, you know but if one is not willing to leverage large trades, it's simply not possible to make any money. It's all hard money. And that's one of the key things that this gentleman who wrote me about this garbage room that he's currently in, and why he's having issues. And again, I'm not name dropping, I'm not pointing anyone out, I'm not here to put anyone down. Quite the opposite. I'm here to lift you and this gentleman up. Making money in Kohl's on a day where Kohl's traded 10.9 million shares is easy money. There is as much humanly possible Kohl's as you want to buy. And while we weren't buying the dead top or dead bottom or shorting the dead top, we were buying right before the stock moved. Look at your first buy. How good would your psychology be if you literally waited 55 minutes to make your first trade, bought right here? You're buying right here. How good would you feel? I want you to take the Melnick challenge. You want to stop feeling crappy about your trades? I put in so much time and effort into this. Please try this strategy. Give it 2 weeks. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul. I am showing you in real time how it works. I'm showing you in real time tomorrow what I'm going to do. You want to watch me call out these trades in real time based on this? You want to follow a guru who actually is evolving and adapting to the market, who's not using the same tired strategy for years and years on end, who is not, pump and dumping by shorting sub $20 names down 10% and taking you along for the ride, like the user said, because that user can't short on downticks like 99% of us. So, you want to know how to, get to that next level. $49 for the first month. There's a link in the description to be part of this. You know what I do with $49? What do you do with $49? What can you do with $49? I can tell you what you could do with $49. For $49, you could watch me call out Kohl's twice as a long idea in the room, and you could be part of this challenge. I call out a lot more than this. I'm a broadcaster. There are hundreds and 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 hundreds of traders who want different ideas. What I'm telling you is if you're a trader who's suffering psychological toxicity and you just need a little pick me up, little pick me upper, and you want something that actually works, and you're tired of this pump and dump bullshit, and you're tired about these simple strategies, you're tired about hearing the same guru talk about the same strategy forever, and the guru is either not a real trader at all anymore, or the guru is somebody who's just doing trades behind your back with a phenomenal commission rate, making between 2 and 6 cents on average per trade, blowing out, not showing you that the trader is actually blowing out, just showing you the good times and making it seem like they're invincible like Superman. Are you tired of that? Well, guess what? So am I. And that is why I am a broadcaster here at T3 for the Newsbeat Live Room. Here are tomorrow's algo levels. These levels don't always hit, but when they do, they tend to be phenomenally accurate. Copy them down, screenshot them. If you're part of the Newsbeat Live Room, they get tweeted out to you every single day when they hit or are close, rather, to hitting. So much more can be offered to you in this environment. So much more help can be given to you. It's up to you to take that leap forward. And as this market does end up being choppy, and this market does end up grinding up, and the first time ever in stock market history that we had a percentage move like this on the Qs on the weekly chart, for the first time ever this has happened, there is a lot of unprecedented things that you cannot use the past to predict future um, results. But what you can do is you can use a strategy that's working right now, keep it simple, stupid, hence really the name simple, effective, easy on top. It's why it's called the C strategy. I do all the work for you to make it simple, effective, and easy. And I'll tell you, you either have to put in those 2 dozen hours over the weekend, which is a phenomenal long time. It's why I always have circles under my eyes. And if you're not putting in that amount of time, you are just simply not going to succeed. There's only one way that you really can do it is if you're not putting time into trading, follow somebody that is putting in the time into trading. Follow somebody that is putting in the time to discover new strategies. Follow somebody that's not a lazy piece of human waste and is trying to dictate to you what they're doing every day. Follow somebody that is actually putting in the work. Follow somebody if you're not putting in the work, follow somebody that is putting in the work. And if you are doing the work, follow also somebody that's putting in the work because that's always going to bring value to you. I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat live show. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.